Alright, look. I know I told y'all that I wouldn't make another COVID video. And I know I told y'all I probably wouldn't be posting in a minute. But I have to. Why? Because niggas are putting people's life at risk as we speak. As we fucking speak. And niggas don't get the memo. They don't get it. They're spreading rumors and false information. The new rumor out here today is that vaccinated people are going to the hospital more than unvaccinated people. I'm here to stop that shit now. It's completely the opposite. And this shows you right here. AP, the most trusted fucking source out here. I mean, hey, we trusted them with the presidential election, so see, we can trust them for this too. Why not this too? And another thing, a lot of people are saying that the COVID shot doesn't stop you from getting COVID. Duh. Nigga, you ain't know that? The COVID shot doesn't stop you from getting COVID. However, it does decrease the risk of you catching COVID. And if you do get COVID, you're less likely to end up in a fucking hospital bed. Unlike the Republican who chose not to get a vaccine and ended up dying. And now his wife and kid got COVID. And I don't feel bad. Why? Because your action has consequences. I feel bad for this. I feel bad for the baby. Don't get me wrong. I feel bad for the baby. If you don't feel bad for the baby, you're an evil fucking human being. But the wife, I could give a less of a fuck about her. She chose what she chose to do. She chose to do what she thought was the right thing, and this is her this is what happens. They chose not to get vaccinated, and this is what happens. Those are the consequences. Every action you take has a consequence, and this is one of them. So no, I don't feel bad for the husband. I don't feel bad that he died because Republican leaders are putting people's life at risk, and so I don't give a fuck about him. I don't. Why? Because he kills people. Not physically, but he's killing people by telling them not to take the vaccine and shit. Don't get me wrong. Shit. A lot of Democrats ain't taking the vaccine either because they be the same bullshit too. I'm not surprised. Why? Because at the end of the day, both political party is racist. So it would be an understatement to say that only Republicans are not taking the vaccine. Nah, it's probably both. Republicans are being fucking more stupid. How I know that? Because you have this Republican governor in Florida saying not to mask mandate schools, and saying if the school does choose to mandate the schools, there's consequences for that. What happened to freedom of choice, Republicans? What happened to freedom of choice? What happened to that? You're all about that. What happened? What happened? Like, come on now, what happened? Now, he out here saying that if they do it, he's gonna take their salaries should be taken away. So what happened, bro? What happened to that freedom of choice that you were speaking about? What happened? Oh, and don't get me wrong. A lot of kids are gonna get COVID. Some might die. Not all of them. Probably some. You know, and it's unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. It's unfortunate and avoidable, but most likely, okay. So it's unfortunate, and it's inevitable with COVID around. Not just COVID, but a lot of other diseases. So child deaths. But with child deaths regarding COVID is inevitable. But it's not going to be widespread. Why? Because mostly children who don't have any underlying diseases are more likely to make it out in one piece. So a lot of kids will get COVID down in Florida. Not A lot of them will die, but there will be a lot of infections. Thank God that the Delta variant is only more contagious. Unlike that Lambda variant that's gonna come around. And that shit hits. Oh, now that shit hits, bro. When that shit hits, people can act totally different. Watch, they're gonna switch up. A lot of people are gonna switch up. Watch. A lot of people are gonna switch up. It's only a matter of time. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. As soon as that shit comes down, I'm waiting, bro. See, as soon as the matter of fact, let me break up another one before I get started. I forgot the name, but you know those people that approve of vaccines and medicines and stuff. First say that because they didn't approve of the COVID vaccine that it's a wide experiment or something like that, bro. The only reason they didn't approve of it yet because it takes time. See, normally it takes about 2 full years before anything gets approved by them. I forgot the name, but y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Well, you expecting to approve it instantly? I guarantee you, if they did approve it instantly, a lot of people probably be saying the same shit. They will be saying the same shit. And, it's sad that they don't know that. It really is. But congratulations, guys. More people are going to die because you ain't choose to get vaccinated. And hey, vaccination is a freedom of choice. Don't get me wrong. I understand the worries and concerns. But at the end of the day, mutations can happen at any fucking time. And the more people are infected by COVID that are not vaccinated, is the more risk that the virus will become mutated, so mutated that it will just bypass all the vaccines. Will all fucking die. All of us. Herd immunity is not. There's such thing as herd immunity, but that doesn't stop the virus. That doesn't stop it. That doesn't stop the virus from becoming dangerous at literally any fucking time. And, vaccines don't stop it either. That's why we got booster shots. Annual booster shots. Fauci says there's only a matter of time before we have to get it. You know what? I'm ready for it. Why? Because I've done my fucking research. And it's not harmful at all. It's not. As a matter of fact, there will be a video below explaining why it's natural. There will be a video explaining it. It's by a medical professional, not some fucking guy on YouTube. I don't give a fuck what's your research. I'm not trusting your word over someone who is a medical professional who knows more about the human body than you do. And it's sad that black people as a whole are refusing to get the vaccine, and now we're dying in numbers. Why? Because we have underlying diseases that are not documented. So because of that, we're dying by large numbers. And it's sad. And think about that too. Y'all say the vaccine is a conspiracy theory. Okay, so COVID is now a conspiracy theory. Because you know why? I'm hitting y'all with this. I want y'all to think about this too. What if the virus was created to kill black people? There. I hit you with the truth. That's the truth. Well, I won't say it's like the full truth because that's just my opinion, right? It's my opinion that the virus was okay. Let me backtrack before I start making nonsense. I believe that the virus was created. I don't believe that the vaccines were created to kill people because science says otherwise, right? But if COVID was man-made, right? Guess who's dying more than any other race due to the virus? Black people. So, in essence, if COVID was created, then it's basically another form of white supremacy. Why? Because it's killing black people. It is. A lot of people are going to point out allergic reactions and how bad it is and stuff like that. But, bro, like, there could be hundreds of other factors. Your body can just naturally deny what's happening to you. I mean, look at me. I took the vaccine like 2 fucking months ago. I'm just fine. So, it's pretty stupid to say that all vaccines cause damaging effects. Because I'm just fine. My mom's just fine. Like, come on now. Come on now. Alright, but that's it, bro. We hit y'all with the truth. I'm hitting y'all with the truth right now. Because this is pissing me off at this point. It really is. How fucking stupid people are. And before you, let me put this out there too. The recovery rate is pretty high, right? That's a fact. The recovery rate is pretty high to normal people. Doesn't mean normal people can get the virus and 100% not die from it. Because it can happen. Duh. It can happen. That's why it's not 100%. So I don't think that's because you're normal. You'll instantly survive the vaccine, bro. There's some cases that you won't. Some instances you won't. So keep that in mind before you go out. Keep that in mind while you go out and not wear a mask and do whatever the fuck you want. Keep that in mind, bro. You get that vaccine, you healthy. There's a good chance you might die from it. There's a possibility. There is. There's a consequence. And yes, COVID has a high effective rate, but the more people are affected, the more people are affected, the faster the virus can mutate. That's a fact. Basic science. Basic fucking science. Fucking ridiculous. Let me read this. Alright. Nearly all COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. now are in people who weren't vaccinated. A staggering demonstration of how effective the shots have been, an indication that deaths per day now go down to under 300 could be practically zero with everyone eligible got the vaccine. Yeah, eligible. Okay. And Associated Press analysts of available government data from May shows that breakthrough infections in fully vaccinated people accounted for fewer than 1,200 of more than 10,000. Oh, that's a big number. I can't pronounce that. I guess like 10 million, 10. Or is that? I don't know. But it's there on your screen. I feel it's like a 1,000. No. It's a big number. I'm not gonna lie. Either way, COVID-19. Well, you can see it's bigger than the first one. So I mean that's to show you a lot. COVID-19 hospitalizations. That's about 1.1%. All right, they're giving you the data now. Look at the data. And only about 150 of more than 18,000 COVID-19 deaths in May were in fully vaccinated people. That translates to about 0.8%, or 5 deaths per day on average. The AP analyzed figures provided by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC itself. Okay, yeah, look at this is CDC, right? There are other niggas that point out what the CDC said about the survival rate, right? So they're quoting from the CDC, meaning they believe it because they probably believe it because the CDC said so, right? All right, so this is from the CDC too, right? So when he's over this, the CDC itself has not estimated what percentage of hospitalizations and deaths are in fully vaccinated people, citing limitations in the data. Well, that's fucking dumb. Fucking it, like, come on now. They should. Oh well. Alright, well, I was wrong about that. Let me keep going anyways. Among them, only about 45 states report breakthrough infections, and some are more aggressive than others in looking for such cases. So the data probably underestimates such infections, CDC officials said. Still, the overall trend that emerges from the data echoes what many health care authorities are seeing around the country and what top experts are saying. Earlier this month, Andy Savette, a former advisor to the Biden administration on COVID-19, suggested that 98 to 99% of Americans dying from coronavirus are unvaccinated. And CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said on Tuesday that the vaccine is so effective that nearly every death, especially among adults, due to COVID-19 is at some point entirely preventable. She called such deaths particularly tragic. They say it themselves. For the people who quote the survival rate from the CDC, they also said this. This is what also the CDC said. This is something they failed to mention also. It's right on your screen. It'll be right in the fucking it'll be right in the description too. Deaths in the U.S. have plummeted from a peak of more than 3,400 3,400 day on average in mid-January, 1 month into the vaccination drive. About 63% of all vaccinated eligible Americans, those 12 and older, have received at least one dose, and 53 are fully vaccinated, according to the CDC. While vaccine remains the scarce in much of the world, excuse me, the U.S. supply is so I'm gonna say low. It's so low, and demand has slumped so dramatically that sites sit unused, not sites sit. My bad. Ross Bangi, 68-year-old small business owner, is in Wyoming. I'm just gonna skip that one. Was eligible for the vaccine in early February, but didn't get it. He died on June 4th, infected and unvaccinated, after spending more than 3 weeks in the hospital. His lung filled with fluid, and he was unable to swallow because of a stroke. He never went out, so he didn't think he would catch it, said his grieving sister, Karen McKnight. May he rest in peace. It was a human being. We should not make fun of his death, because most likely he either knew the risk but didn't choose to get it, or he believed that the vaccine itself was a threat more than the virus. Either way, may he rest in peace. And before you guys are wondering why I didn't say that, why I didn't say the same for that Republican guy I mentioned, was because he actively put people's lives at risk. That's why I say fuck his death. That's why I say it. That's why I said it. She wondered why take the risk of not getting vaccinated. That's what she wondered. The preventable deaths will continue, experts predict, with unvaccinated pockets of the nation experiencing outbreak in the fall and winter. Ali Baghdad, a professor of health district science at the University of Washington in Seattle, said modeling suggests the nation will hit 1 million deaths per day again next year. 1 million per death a day, nigga. A day. So, entire week, that's 7 million deaths in 1 week. 7 million. 1 week. So, you know what? I'm glad too, because you know why? A lot of people are going to switch up. When the bodies start hitting the ground, more people are going to get vaccinated. Watch. You don't think you think I'm wrong about that? Watch. That right there, it could be preventable, but unfortunately, it looks like that's going to happen, and because of that, a lot of people are going to die. And the reaction to said deaths are going to be a rise in vaccinations. That will probably most likely occur, right? And I hope that when that does occur, not if, because it's in my opinion it's going to happen. When it does occur, it will be a wake up call for a lot of people, a lot of dumb people, right? And the dumb people I'm mentioning are the people that didn't do any science whatsoever and decided to listen to some guy on YouTube instead of actually listening to doctors and a doctor on YouTube, but they lie to listen to some random guy on YouTube, and that's really sad. So those people are dumb, but for those people who know the risk and decide not to choose to get the vaccine, I understand, right? I understand where you're coming from, right? There's real risk for you, so why take it? You know? No, not real. No, there are no risks, and you decide not to take the vaccine because you think it's not necessary. I understand that, but like, in my opinion, I'm not going to tell you to get it because if experts state you said you decide not to listen to them, what is some guy on YouTube going to do, right? But I would keep in mind, and I would like you to please think about it, because you getting at least one shot could prevent a lot of other people's deaths, right? It could prevent that, right? I'm not saying that you're gonna get it and automatically start spreading it everywhere. I'm just saying it's likely. It's likely, especially right now, right? There's a possibility. It's not 100% possibility. If you keep moving smart, you probably won't get it. But there's a possibility. I want you to keep that in mind, right? But do what you want to do, right? I'm just saying there are consequences to your actions, and no matter what you do, good or bad, no matter what you do, there are consequences. The preventable deaths will continue, experts predict. Oh yeah, I read this. All right. In Arkansas, which has one of the lowest vaccination rates in the nation, with only about 33% of the population fully protected, cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are rising. Right? They're rising among the unvaccinated. And probably some vaccinated individuals too, but the risks are much lower compared to the unvaccinated. So, not in droves like the unvaccinated, but some vaccinated people are still probably dying in Arkansas. It is sad to see someone go to the hospital and or die when it can be prevented. Governor Asa Hutchinson tweeted as he urged people to get their shots. In Seattle, King Country, the public health department found only 3 deaths during a recent 60-day period in people who were fully vaccinated. The rest, some of 95% of 62 deaths had no vaccine or just one shot. Right? This is saying, if you're unvaccinated, please understand this. If you're unvaccinated, the risk of you dying is high. Understand that. It's high. Right? And if you're unvaccinated, you're more likely to spread the virus than the vaccinated. The vaccinated people can still spread the virus, but they have a lower chance in doing so. And because you're unvaccinated, you're more likely to spread it on accident. So, I need you to keep that in mind too. This shit is real out here. It's no games being played right now. People's lives are at risk. It's not no games, right? This shit is real. It's real. You need to keep that in mind, and you need to understand that this shit is real. These are happening. These deaths are happening, and you need to really think about your decision and the outcome it can have on others. Because it can have an outcome. It can have an outcome. Understand that. Those are somebody's parents, grandparents, siblings, and friends, said Dr. Mark Del Becoro, who helps lead a vaccination outreach program in King Country. It's still a lot of death and very preventable deaths. Now, he might be trying to guilt trip. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I'm not, right? He's automatically trying to guilt trip, right? Let's just say how it is. He's guilt tripping, right? I mean, don't get me. He's not wrong, but I feel like that's kind of like guilt tripping, right? And I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'm just telling you, to the smart people watching this video who believe the vaccine and believe that the virus is real, and just decide not to take it, and understands the risk. I'm telling you that there is a lot that can go wrong from not being vaccinated. A lot that can go wrong, and this is explaining to you what's going wrong. But anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking and read. Alright, hold on. I lost my place. Okay. In the St. Louis area, more than 90% of patients hospitalized for COVID-19 have not been vaccinated, said Dr. Alex Garza, a hospital administrator who directs a multi-Latin area task force on the outbreak. I don't know how to pronounce that, my bad, but y'all see it. The majority of them expressed some regret for not being vaccinated, Garza said. That's a pretty common refrain that we're hearing from patients with COVID. That's true also. That's true. But stories of unvaccinated people dying may convince some people they should get shots. But young adults, the group least likely to be vaccinated, may not be motivated more by desire to protect their loved ones, said David Mitchell. Said David, and an epidemiologist at George Washington University School of Public Health in the nation's capital. Others need to be paid time off to get the shots and deal with any side effects. Michael said. I'm pretty sure his name is Michaels. I just followed them because the S is there. There's supposed to be a apostrophe, right, for the S. No, not apostrophe, but you know. I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up already, guys. Alright, hold on. I got it. Alright, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, everyone needs to get time off. Others need to get time. Others need paid time off to get the shots and deal with any side effects. Michael said. But the Occupational Safety and Health Administration this month began requiring health care employees, including hospitals and nursing homes, to provide such time off. But Michaels, I'm pretty sure, is it Michaels or something else? I'm just gonna say his name is Michael. But Michael, who headed the OSHA under President Obama, said that the agency should have gone further and applied the rule to meat and poultry plants and other food operations, as well as other places with workers at risk. Bainzy, who lived alone, ran a business helping people incorporate their companies in Wyoming for their tax advantages. He was writing down the business, planning to retire when he got sick, emailing his sister in April about an illness that had left him dizzy and disoriented. Whatever it was, that bug took a lot of time out of me, he wrote. As his health deteriorated, a neighbor finally persuaded him to go to the hospital. Why was the messaging in this state so unclear that he didn't understand the importance of the vaccine? He was a very bright guy, his sister said. I wish he got the vaccine, and I'm sad he didn't understand how it could prevent him from getting COVID. The Associated Press Health and Science Department received support from Howard Hughes Medical Institute Department of Science Education. The app is solely responsible for all content. Alright, that's it. Alright. So, I need you to understand this. And I need my black people to listen to me. Black nation. This virus It's killing us. The vaccine can save you. There could be long-term side effects from the vaccine. You could have a allergic reaction or two. Some bad thing can happen to you. But guess what? There's also could be long-term side effects from COVID. Long COVID. That's been happening for a while now. Do you even want long COVID, which can leave you dizzy and confused and basically have no medication to treat it? Or would you risk the vaccine? Every medicine you take has a potential side effect. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Every medicine out there has a potential side effect, a potential deadly side effect as well. Right? That's a fact. Every medication and or vaccine has a potential dangerous side effect. That is true. Stop acting like that's not the case. It is. And with knowing these side effects, knowing full well what could happen to me, would I still get the vaccine if I could? Let's say if I didn't get the vaccine, right? And I heard about all these side effects. Would I still get it? Yes, I would. I would. Because at the end of the day, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And black people, we are being killed off at a fast rate. The people who are using for this virus are fucking idiots, and they need to put the Bible down, which is written by a human being, and actually look around them. All right, stop using this virus as a political tool and or religion, because it's not religion. All right. Wake the fuck up. It's not religion. It's not. It is a virus. It doesn't care if you're a Christian. It doesn't care if you're a Jew. It doesn't care. It can and will probably kill you, depending on a lot of factors. The risks are great. It's great. And long COVID is rising in the United States. It's rising. A lot of people are getting long COVID now. See, a lot of healthy people too. A lot of healthy people. Please seriously consider getting the vaccine. Please. Even one dose. Just one dose will help you. One dose will do a lot. One dose. One. That's it. One dose. Please, be smart about it. Be well informed. Be educated. Stop listening to niggas in YouTube on the comment section. Please stop. Please. Because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're making up shit as they go along. And the thing they're all talking about, and the facts they have, they're not putting the full facts out there. And there are a lot of videos out there that are alarming. But that's nothing new. Fear-mongering has been happening for a while now. People love the fear-monger. And you need to understand that. And that's why you shouldn't take their words for granted. Please educate yourself in the medical health field about the vaccine. There will be a link in my description about the vaccine by a doctor, right? There'll be one about that, and he is very open-minded, right? He's a very open-minded doctor, and so I will link his video below, and there will be another video about vaccine booster shots that will be needed soon. So there's another video about that, and that will also be listed below. And I guarantee, and I promise you, they use logic. I promise you, they use a lot of logic in their video, and not just some crazy nonsense. The logic is real. I do my best to give y'all nothing but the facts. The fact is, we're in danger right now. We're in danger. Especially us black folk. Realize that. Wake up and realize that. Because we're getting killed off at a fast rate. It's sad to see y'all don't understand that. More of the story, get vaccinated. That's enough out of me.